The Bible teaches that Christians should share resources, especially with those in need. God says we're supposed to give to make a difference. This is not about money. Let the Spirit of God speak to your heart. I want you to see the model. Jesus gave of himself. Jesus invested in people's lives. We're called to do the same. We'll talk about why do we minister to the poor. Those who are, I don't like that word, but God used it. Why do we do it? Because God said so. God said, those in need will always be with you. There is no silver bullet for poverty. There will as long as there's sin in the universe and sin in the world, there's going to be sickness, there's going to be poverty. There's no magic bullet that ends it all. God said, suffer it, deal with it, serve it, minister it. Listen, where the sand is in the oyster, it becomes a pearl. And God knows that principle, and that's what we have to believe God for. That we are called to invest in people's lives and love them because God has a plan for their life, just like he had a plan for this college kid who was into drugs. God saved my soul. God saved me out of an alcoholic, possible lifestyle and restored me. Restored my kidneys about 6 weeks into my relationship with Christ. Listen, I'd be a dead man today if God didn't intervene in my life. And there are people out there, unless we give, unless we intervene, they will be dead people in hell. We are called to love people. There are people, listen, have you ever made a mistake that there were serious consequences? Ever buy the wrong car? Ever go get the wrong house in the wrong neighborhood and you have a neighbor who slits your tires? Because he didn't want you parked in that spot on the street in front of your house because that was his spot for his house across the street. Listen, there are people that are good people who love Jesus, who have made a mistake, and they're paying a consequence. And if we don't love them and intervene in their lives and invest in them, God can't fulfill the plan he has for them. We're called to be the big brother, the uncle, the aunt, the helping hand for them to be able to get to what God has for them in our lives. And if we don't do it, nobody will. Because in Christianity today, most churches will not serve people. Most churches will write a check to something going on overseas, but they don't care about Judea and Samaria anymore. There should be 71 nations in this room. This will not be a small church forever if we do what's right. We'll be the right kind of church because we're doing it for the right reasons. But we're called to serve and give to people. There's a verse here. 1 John 3, 7 through 18. I didn't want you to hear the verse. It says this, but if anyone has the world's goods and sees his brother in need, yet chooses in his heart against him, how does God's love abide in him? Little children, let us not love in word or in talk only, but in deed and in truth. There's the mandate. You see somebody in need. Listen, there was an old phrase 4 churches ago, one of these pastors, Eddie, who went home yesterday, said this. Ed Eidelman, one of my first mentors, used to say this, and this is a cool phrase. You see a need, meet a need. If God has the audacity to reveal the need to you, it is upon you to do something with what he shows you. Do you realize that if we just practice that in Christianity, there probably wouldn't be the need for 5,000 ministries? Oh, let's start this ministry because we see this. No, how about just they're hungry, feed them. Jim Tate. Hey, Jim. I know you listen sometimes online. Jimmy and I, we were small group guys living in the city of Wilmington. We had a small group, about 15 people in our house. We met on Wednesday nights. We had a great time. You know what we did for fun? Hey, so-and-so got laid off. Let's go buy a $25 Pathmark card. Let's go buy a couple bags of groceries and play Ring the Doorbell. Now listen, 2 guys going into the hood, walking up to the door, putting 2 bags of groceries down, ringing the bell, and scampering like 10-year-olds around the corner, peering around the row house, looking for them to answer the door because we didn't want them to know that we did it. And they come out and they walk around, look at the groceries, and they look around like this, and you'd be... Jim was 45 years old at the time. We were like, We got stoked. Was it a church thing? No, it was us. It was our thing. Yeah, I've been like this for a long time. That was 28 years ago. Listen, God showed us that that person had a need. Ask my wife how many people crashed on our couch over the years. Ask Bettina about her dad. Bettina's dad was in the Navy. Drive up from Norfolk because he was in love. He'd crash on our couch. For a year! Every weekend he could. Sweet. Listen, God is calling us to give of ourselves. It's not just your money. It's your time. It's the gifts and abilities that you can mentor somebody in. It's going and raking leaves in somebody's yard who can't do it. You know? That's kingdom. That is going to rock people's worlds. And if you do it long enough, Bonnie, someone's going to make a comment in the newspaper about you. These principles are the basics of biblical ministry. This is what Jesus did. This is what Jesus did. This is why we do what we do. Because Jesus did it. Next week we have our annual meeting. It'll be worship and a meeting. Come, if you like. You get to find out how we operate, do what we do. We only take up one service a year to do it. Week after, we're going to talk about the benefits of ministry. I want you to see the benefits of doing the right thing. And then when that's done, we're going to talk about, so how did Jesus do what he did? How did he make a disciple? Because it's how he did it. That's why we do what we do. I want you to be equipped. I want you to understand. This is how God said, go make disciples. This is what we're doing. You're becoming a disciple. And I'll know you have graduated when you're loving each other. When you love each other and people out there are noticing that you're loving each other, I know that you have passed the mustard. You have passed the test. Because that is the hallmark. That is the bench standard that we have in the kingdom. We love you.